Hello, and welcome to Observing My Aquarium. Excuse me. I kind of enjoyed the last video that I did, and enjoyed that format, so I thought maybe I would do something similar. I'm not sure exactly what these are going to be, if there's going to be more than one of them, what's going to happen in them when I do them. So I'm just kind of making it up as I go along. I'm going to try to stop shaking the camera so much. So bear with me as I figure all this stuff out. First thing I'll go over is my kind of like my lighting setup, or what's going on here. So I have an LED bar across the top up here that is being blinded by the spotlight that I have. It's just like a $20 spotlight I got off of the internet. This LED bar is from Current USA. I bought the Serene package, which came with the backlight that you see back there. On the phone, it's kind of coming up as like a teal, but in real life, it's like a seafoam green. I don't know why it's such a contrast from what it shows up as and what it actually looks like. But it is kind of like a bluish green color that I think kind of replicates water off in the distance that you would see in, a lake. The bar or the spotlight up here is doing a lot of the work here for the reflections or the light scattering that you're seeing. I enjoy that effect, and with my LED bar not being elevated, I don't get that as naturally. So I added that spotlight, and it really does that effect pretty well, as long as I lift the glass up to get the full direct effect onto the water. But the backlight is just like it's just a bar. You can change the colors on it on the remote, and then it also came with this like frosted film that you can put on there to diffuse the light, so that it doesn't. You can't just. It's not just the back paint, or the paint behind the wall, behind the glass. You know what I mean? So it's been pretty cool. I've enjoyed this package while I've had it, or this system. Being able to customize the colors, and like right now I've got it on like a sunset setting for the LED bar, and I could change that to this is just like a midday or like a solid. This one doesn't fluctuate; it's not dynamic, so you can see the whole tank is illuminated by the bar, and then this side is a little bit more favored by the spotlight, especially because the rocks shadow a lot of that corner. And then I've got this power head right here that's mostly just getting surface tension or surface agitation to really create the like light scattering effect. If the surface isn't being agitated, there's nothing to break up the light, so it just is brighter. But you can change those. There's a couple different settings here. One's for like a cloudy day. One's for like a sunset or like evening. And then there's these. It came with these two little speakers that are kind of just making weird chirping noises. Kind of supposed to be like crickets and frogs and stuff. You can also do some ambient music. If I hit this one, it changes and makes it some sort of like. I don't know. You'll hear it in a second, but just kind of makes enjoying the tank a little bit more peaceful, serene, you might say. This Bluetooth here is separate. That does not come with it. That's just what I purchased too, because these just has 4 programmable sounds. Sometimes I want to listen to my own stuff, so I have another Bluetooth down there for enjoying that. But it's cool watching the tank do like its dynamic lighting thing. I'll zoom out here and you can kind of get an idea of what it's going to do. Hold on. Let me lock it in so it's not changing. There we go. anyways, that's what it does. Just kind of cycles through, you know, darkness on one side, light on the other side, kind of fluctuates like cloud movement and that kind of stuff. But as far as the fish have gone, these three have extended their territory out a good bit. Last time I filmed, I think the edge of their boundary was like right here. I've got it all the way pushed out. They are not happy to see my finger. They are very protective of this corner. I do believe they have eggs in either this shell or this shell. We shall see in a week or so, maybe less. This one has kind of formed what I refer to as a hobbit hole, just the way that it's shaped. And you have to kind of like slope down into it. It's kind of cool seeing him work on it. He also likes to take these little snail shells and put them partially in the entrance so that it's just the right size for him to be the only one that can go through. There are a couple other similar sized fish in the tank, but he wants to keep out the bigger ones. So, and he's constantly excavating. He's been working on this for a while. Or she. I'm not sure. We're going to do that again, I guess. This one is the smallest in the tank and is still hanging tight whenever it comes out. Let's see. It's kind of built a tunnel system down there that it is also using. Looks like it has filled in one of the entrances with a shell. So they like to do that. They use these little... Oh, there it is. They use the smaller shells around that I've scattered, and they use those kind of practically. It's interesting to watch, and you'll see them pick them up in their mouths and push them around. And but they've buried most of the shells in the center. There's, I don't know, 8 to 10 shells probably buried in this area right here that they've just, as they've excavated here, this big male just blows everything that way. And a couple of them have migrated this way. A couple of the smaller ones have decided to move in on this side. And I don't know. It's kind of an interesting dynamic because there's no... Sorry. If there are other males in here, this big male is not worried about them at all. I don't see anything that looks like aggression between the shell dwellers, despite the fact that I have two groups from two different sources. So 4 of them are from one place and 3 of them are from another. So for the first while, the 3 from the one group were living together over here, but one of them is now living over there with one of the fish from the 4 group. Hard to follow, and it's confusing, but they're kind of now intermingling. The 3 that live over here all came in together, so they're likely just interbreeding. But I'm hoping that I can get some, like I said in the last video, I'm hoping I can get at least some crossover to get a new line of genes going. But the Julie DeChromis is learned quite a few lessons over the last week or two, and is much more respectful of the boundaries of the tank, and the male multifasciatus has just continued to remind her that she's not welcome in this corner of the tank, and she just keeps them, as long as they're in their zone, she's mostly okay with it. So they flare up at each other occasionally, and he'll jump on her and kind of scare her off. But I don't really see any torn fins anymore. It seems like it's mostly just them kind of talking to each other. So keeping an eye on things, but for the most part, they're all playing safe. So my Autolamprologus is still up there. Oh, where'd it go? Every day. Just kind of hanging out in her cave. Can't really see it very well, but anyways. I think I'll just let you guys see the tank for a little bit. shell dwellers being brave. He'll snap at the Julie DeChromis sometimes, but he's too fast for her. Well, that's about all I got. I think I'll wrap it up here. I really appreciate you watching. Maybe I'll make another one of these. Maybe I won't. I don't really know yet. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Adios. Auf Wiedersehen. See ya.